Hi guys, Claudia Berlin here. As you can hear, I'm not very well physically, but I'm really not very good mentally today either. I just wanted to make a quick video. You've obviously seen what's going on, probably. I mentioned before that I was being harassed by a certain part of my family. It's ongoing. They've now threatened to put my personal information online, my address. You can actually see that. I think you can probably see that threat in the comments. I've tried blocking them. They make new accounts, change their names. So you're obviously probably seeing that in the comments, etc. It's quite a lot to deal with. It brings back a lot of stuff from when I was younger. I think that there's an element of, well, I know why they're threatening me. Like, they've threatened me with court. There's no grounds for that. They're threatening to put my stuff online. It's all just a silencing tactic. So yeah, it's really quite distressing. I think that there's still like this element of like power, control, bullying, threats, etc. But obviously that doesn't really work on me. Obviously I'm human and I'm vulnerable, so it's not like it's distressing, but also I'm old enough to know that, like, and I've seen it happen enough times to other people, that it's not right. Like, I don't have to stand for that. I stood for stuff as a child. I let stuff go. Stuff happened to me. Like, I didn't have a voice then, and I'm not that same little girl that I was. I'm not afraid to speak. I'm not under anyone's power. Like, I'm not going to be told what I can talk about, how I can talk. Basically, I just want to keep this really brief because I'm trying to like keep track of what's going on, and I want you guys to know about it. It's just a lot to deal with on top of other stuff, as you know. But I just wanted this here so that I'm keeping a record of stuff. So I think they're basically cyber stalking me, essentially. So I think this has been going on for quite some time now. I think I made that. I think I said that before, but that appears to be what's going on. Obviously, it's now progressed to threats. Threats to dox me. I'm blocking them. They're harassing me on every platform they possibly can. Obviously, knowing that I'm low. But all I just think is, you know, when you look at human history, like, you can't let bullies win. Like, the monsters from your childhood, they don't have to be like the monsters of your adult life. Like, things have changed and I've changed, and it's just really important to me, yeah, to just let you know that obviously I am aware, and I thank you so much, those of you that have seen it. It's really quite, yeah, it's really quite bad. I guess maybe in some ways it might be a learning experience, I don't know, but I think a lot about the platform that I have, and it's important to me to like, to sometimes to try and do what's right. And I think what's right is to show you, anyone watching, that these people can't bully or control or intimidate us. Obviously they make things very, very difficult. Part of growth, something that I learn in therapy, is that even when you're away from something like that for a long period of time, you're never really out of someone's control in their eyes. And even though you're not in contact with them at all, they will watch you growing and learning and recovering, and that's the greatest threat to them, because as you become empowered, they become afraid. They become afraid of what you might say, and I think that's what's going on. Because as you'll know, I didn't mention any details in the videos. I never mentioned any names because I'm not, that's not the aim for this channel at all. Obviously the individuals identified themselves in that way. I think that maybe, I think the threats are meant I think because I'm not well right now, they feel that the threats will make me be quiet, and that I won't speak about stuff. It's really sick. I'm really detached from it in some ways. I'm really not well at the moment. But it is very sick to do that. Obviously, I haven't mentioned any names or anything, but there's obviously a deep, deep fear, and I guess because of the like cyber stalking and following my stuff for so long, like my blog before I was even like known and all that kind of stuff, all this like obsessiveness, I think it comes from a fear, and I think it comes from a fear of the truth coming out. And the ironic thing about that is that that's not even something that I wanted to like give energy to, but because this is happening, I'm feeling like I have to explain it. And I feel like some of you guys seeing what's going on, and like his actions and stuff in the comments, like you'll see what's been happening recently. In some ways, it's like I'm not exposing them. I'm not doing the exposing. They're exposing themselves. And in some ways, it's like it's very distressing, but in some ways, it's validating, because all those years and all those experiences, and like I said, like when you're a kid, you don't have power, and it's hard to explain. Like if I were to just say to you like about the stuff that went on, it's just difficult, you know. But the fact that it's actually there for all to see, and you guys are like actually seeing it and realizing what I'm talking about, and that's just a small portion of what I'm up against and what I have been up against. But I've been thinking about it a lot. I'm not an antagonistic person. I don't want to bring anyone's name into it. I don't want to cause any trouble, but I need to heal and have my experiences and my truth, and I won't be bullied. I'm not a little girl. I'm not a child anymore. I'm still trying to deal with a lot of trauma. Unfortunately, you hear about this sometimes. It's like this final like flailing for control, the threats, fear for, I don't know, it's just, I think it does come from fear. But yeah, so that's what's going on. But I know I've been working a lot on boundaries, and I'm obviously quite forgiving, and you'll know that from other videos. But something that's important for me to establish as a boundary is like, I don't want to like attack anybody or anything like that, but I do need to put my boundaries up, and I am not the sort of person who, if you threaten somebody, if you bully somebody, I've got to, like, my personality is that doesn't work on me. I won't let that work on me, and I can't let that work on me, especially because I have so many people watching this channel who are in situations like I was, who, although I haven't spoken about it fully, will understand what I've been alluding to. There'll be people who've had those experiences themselves, who are going through it, who will go through it. And I just want you guys to see that there is a community out there that will support you. And hopefully in what you're seeing, like, I'm not a child. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to cover. That's just not going to happen anymore. Like, I'm a grown adult, and I think a lot of us with traumatic stories, like, what's important, you still feel like a child inside a lot, because a lot of your childhood was stolen in various ways by people that you trusted, people you were supposed to love. And it takes a long, long time to unlearn that, and I'm only just in the point of my life really where I'm unlearning it, and that explains the threats, I guess, because once I start to understand, I guess there's the threat of exposure, which ironically is not at all what I'm after doing. Obviously it's very triggering and distressing to go back to that place of like control, and like you know, I'm sure you know what I mean. I don't know, it's too upsetting to like talk about properly, but I'm sure you understand. But like my boundaries are that like I will not be dictated to about what I can talk about. I'm not going to be told that my own experiences didn't happen, or that I'm not allowed to express what happened. I'm not going to be threatened or bullied. I'm a grown adult woman with a voice now. I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of therapy. I won't be bullied or controlled. I am vulnerable right now. I am ill. I've been getting a lot of threats ever since I've been talking about the suicidal stuff, and my honest feeling at this point is that I think maybe the threats came at that time because maybe it was a fear of exposure, that maybe, I don't know, if they wanted me to hurt myself and then I wouldn't be able to speak or something, I don't know. But that's not going to work. I'm, like I said to you, I'm determined to get better. I want to heal that child inside of me. And the monsters from my childhood, like, the monster from my childhood is just that, from my childhood. It's not going to go on for all my life. I'm going to heal, and I guess I just wanted you guys to know that obviously it really is, like, it's incredibly traumatic. I don't even think I'm expressing that enough here. It's incredibly traumatic, memory-wise, stuff resurfacing, etc. But you can't give in to bullies in life, or you have to try not to. That's what I want to do. I want to have boundaries, and I won't be dictated to, bullied, threatened. I am breaking that spell. I'm breaking that power. It's not my problem anymore. It's not. I'm a new person. I'm a better person. I'm healing. I'm doing well. There's so much I don't talk about on this channel because it's too distressing to talk about. But I think some of you obviously will have an idea based on the comments that are being left on my channel and the things that are being said, what's going on. I think you can probably piece it together. Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that's going on, and obviously I'm setting my boundaries. Threats don't work on me. It's just not going to work. I'm an adult. Like, I'm not the same little girl that I was. I have knowledge, I have power, I have a voice, I know what's right and what's wrong. I am going to heal, and for once in my life I am going to put myself first, and I'm going to say no, like, this is wrong, this is unacceptable. Yeah, it hasn't really sunk in properly what's going on. It's been going on for about a week now. Yeah, this has been difficult because I'm really not well right now. I'm only just starting to, like, unpack a lot of childhood stuff. And of course, obviously they cyberstalk me, so watch all my videos, everything I do, try and report back. And it's just power and control. It just never, you distance yourself from people and you think it's gone, but you're still under, in their mind, you're still under their control, and they still have a right to do those things. And I just want you to know that people don't have a right to do that. It's not acceptable. You're your own person. You have value as who you are. And you have a right to your truth and your experiences. And I don't know. It's just really difficult right now what's going on. So, yeah, so the threats at the moment are to dox me. They've been posting my real name, obviously. They've he's actually openly been threatening to post my full address online. Obviously I receive a great deal of threats, rape threats, etc. But they're well aware of that. It's just a punishment. I think first came the control, and then when I didn't play ball because I wasn't a little girl anymore, then came the threats. So, but it's not going to work on me. I know how I would advise it. If it was one of my friends, I would say to them, stand your ground, be yourself, protect yourself, put yourself first. Don't let them bully you. Don't let them diminish you. Like, but yeah, that's what's going on. So I'd let you know it's quite difficult right now. As you can probably tell, I'm not very well right now. It's ongoing, different accounts being made. I'm blocking whatever I can. It's just like this relentless thing. His stipulations have been that if I don't take videos down, then he will publish my address, etc. And obviously, I am a grown woman. I'm 27 years old now. I know myself better. I'm trying to get well. And that's not a dynamic that's going to exist anymore. It's not going to be, there's not going to be like bargains and threats and don't say anything or this will happen. That's not going to happen. Like, I have, like, for me now, I might be low as anything, and I really am struggling right now, I can tell you. But even when I'm struggling, like, that's not going to happen. I just want you to know that. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know. I'm very ill right now. Like, I'm really sick. Things are very difficult. It's been hard to even express it. Things are very tough right now. But I just wanted you to know what's going on, because I just think, like, if something did happen to me, I don't know. I wanted this to be on record that this is going on, so that you get an idea of what's going on right now, so you kind of know what's happening. I don't want a situation where something happens to me, like I get ill or something, and no one understands what's going on. Like, it's a lot of psychological stress and pressure. It's threatening me into silence. It's take this down, do this, and I'm not a child now. That's not going to work. That's not going to work anymore. It can't work anymore. For anyone watching this, it can't work anymore. If it was any of you, I would say to you, stand your ground. You're all right. Like, you went through a lot as a kid. They don't control you anymore. You're fine. Like, you're right, and all I can do is thank you for standing by me and helping me out. The only good that's come of it is that because it's happened so publicly, what they're doing, other people have realised, and in some ways that's really validating, because like I said, sometimes when you go through something like that, you don't want to believe it, and it gets denied, and you wonder if it's all in your head. I suppose the only good thing to come of it is that it's pretty clear. I don't know, it's very, very triggering and traumatic. I'm quite numb. But yeah, that's what's going on. I love you loads. I'm struggling a lot. But I'm not afraid of that vulnerability, and that's something I told myself. Like, in the past, I used to try and project like a strong persona, because I thought if I was weak, people would go for me. But I don't think that it's weak to show that you're distressed, or that you're horrified, or that you're traumatized, or that your experiences are coming back because of awful things. Like, that's not a weakness. I know that's not a weakness. That's just reality. I guess I wanted you guys to know that. In some ways, the strongest thing, I was thinking about it, and in some ways I think the strongest thing I can do is just to address it, hold on to what I know, and just say that I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what was going on in the campaign. Like, I don't know, I'm being really targeted. But I'm not a little girl anymore. I keep telling myself that. Like, I'm not a little girl anymore. I am not that same girl. I'm not there to, like, be in awe of people. I'm not going to be bullied or controlled, mistreated. I'm not going to keep it quiet for other people. I'm not going to do that. Like, otherwise it never ends, and I won't ever get better, because that will impact my relationships going forward. I need my boundaries. I need to know what I'm worth, and I need to be able to say that it wasn't okay, it was never okay, and obviously now it's still not okay. When you want to go, when you start healing, I think it's a panic. I think that they really double down on the power, threaten you, intimidate you in ways that they know how. They know how to hurt you, how to work you. But I'm a different person now. I'm healing, and I want to thank you guys here, because this channel has helped me become that person. I don't know how I would have dealt with something like this otherwise. You know, I've taken overdoses, I've self-harmed because of a lot of stuff, a lot of trauma, a lot of memories and things. And it's my hope and my belief that being honest with myself about stuff, all different stuff, you know, it's my hope that that is what's going to help me the most, and that's what's going to let me be really happy and thrive. And I'll never get my childhood back. You know, that's gone. I'll never get that back, and sometimes it makes me sad. Like, yeah, I do grieve for it, but I can make sure that in my adult life I treat myself well, and I treat myself in the way that I should have been treated before as a kid, you know. And most importantly, I don't want to become hard-hearted. I don't want to become cruel. I don't want to become someone that something bad's happened to. They've been in a bad experience and they become nasty to others. I really want to be. It's so important that I don't do that. And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm not feeling great, you can probably tell. But yeah, thank you so much. I can't express to you what it means just seeing someone see through it. Because I think there was so much like unsaid when I was younger, and there wasn't the protection for different things when I was younger. It's very much protect reputation, like denial, covering. It was very much all that stuff for a number of different things. The fact that you guys can just see through it straight away actually makes me smile, even in the middle of all this, because I know there's good people out there who get it, and I don't have to sit there and like feel like I'm a crazy like person that's like, you know, they try and make you feel like you're crazy. When that doesn't work, they try and make you feel like you're stupid. When that doesn't work, they try and make you feel like threatened. That's the last ditch attempt. That's what I just keep trying to think. You know, the positive of this is that when this is happening because there's a power shift happening, obviously. I must be growing, I must be finding my voice. And that's why there's the panic, because it's a power shift. And I've just got to find hope in that and think that hopefully I'm just going to continue growing and become strong. And yeah. But I don't know, I just thought I should make this. I love you loads, I love you so much. I don't know what's going to happen. You've been incredible. I just want you guys to know that you've been absolute stars. You've helped me. And a lot of you have said that I've helped you, but you don't understand how much you've helped me, what you've done for me in terms of recovery, validation. You're kind, you're brave, you share your own stories. Haven't been good at replying to them. I've been reading them though. I will hopefully reply to them. You're truly good people and you inspire me. You make it easier for me to be braver. And I cannot thank you enough. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping I'll be okay. I'm going to try and be okay. But just in case, I love you so much. I really do love you very, very much. And you know that, and that will never change. Just in case. Okay. I love you loads. And I'll see you really soon. Thank you so much. Words can't ever express what it means. And how thankful I am that when I made this channel, like, somehow all these years later, you're here, and thank you so, so much. I guess that's all I can say. If there's one thing I want to say is thank you. Okay, and I do love you. I have love for all of you. Thank you. Okay. I love you. Bye.